Hi, this is Brad Constantine, and this is a podcast recording of the Old Testament. Although this is not an official recording of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, every effort's been made to be as doctrinally accurate as possible. I'll be using for the text the Joseph Smith translation of the Old Testament, along with many commentaries from general authorities of the Church, BYU professors, Bible scholars, and others. This format will be very detailed, and so if you want a deep analysis of the Old Testament, you come to the right place. Thanks for your attendance. Hi, and welcome back to the Old Testament podcast. This will be for Exodus chapter 26. Moreover, verse 1, Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work thou shalt make them. Because the Israelites were wandering in the wilderness at this time, the tabernacle had to be portable. The walls were formed of panels that could be joined together. Then the walls and open ceiling were covered with 4 different layers of fabric. The inner fabric was made of fine twined linen. The Hebrew word translated linen signifies not only the fabric, but also whiteness. Scholars believe it was either a fine cotton fabric or one made from flax. Because of the length of the tabernacle, 10 curtains or pieces of fabric were needed to cover it. This inner layer was to have cherubim or angels embroidered upon it, and was to incorporate, besides the whiteness, the colors blue, purple, and scarlet. The selvage of these curtains was a special border at the edge of each woven piece that prevented raveling. This border was usually of different size threads and was sometimes of a different weave than the rest of the curtain. By means of golden clasps or pins called taches, the selvages of adjacent curtain segments were joined together, creating the appearance of a single drape over the tabernacle. The other 3 fabrics consisted of goat's hair, ram's skins dyed red, and badger skin. The nature of the last kind of fabric is not clear. I think I mentioned this before. Scholars seem to agree only that it was not skin of badgers, that it might have been porpoises or seals. Verse 2, The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall have one measure. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the selvage in the coupling, and likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and the 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 taches or clasps, a clasp or buckle of gold, and couple the curtains together with the taches, and it shall be one tabernacle, or the tabernacle shall be unified. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle as a tent. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and the 11 curtains shall be all of one measure. In other words, they'll all be the same size. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shalt double the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops in the edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. And thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the tent together that it may be one. And the remnant that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth, shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle. And a cubit on the one side, and a cubit on the other side of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent, it shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and on that side, to cover it. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of rams' skins dyed red, and a covering above of badger skins. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of the one board. 2 tenons shall there be in one board, set in order one against another. Thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. The tenon was one of 2 large rectangular dowels at the bottom end of each board. The tenon fitted into a double base support called a socket that could slip up and down each tenon independently. Since all of the boards were fastened firmly side to side, making a rigid wall, every socket could rest on the ground even when it was irregular. One is immediately impressed with the detail that the Lord gave Moses concerning his dwelling place, and that was out of the Institute Manual. Verse 18, And thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards on the south side southward, and thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver unto the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, a projection on the end of a piece of wood shaped for insertion into a mortise to make a joint, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle on the north side there shall be 20 boards, and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward thou shalt make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it, unto one ring. Thou shalt make it for both of them. They shall be for the 2 corners, and they shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle, and 2 sides westward. And the middle bar in the midst of the boards shall reach from end to end. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for places for the bars, and thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof, which was showed thee in the mount. I guess he saw a vision of that again. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen of cunning work, and cherubim shall it be made. The 2 veils or hangings for the door described here are the outer door to the tabernacle, the front entrance, and the veil which separated the holy place or first room from the inner holy of holies. This latter veil is properly called the veil of the tabernacle. Verse 32, And thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood, overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold from the 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the veil under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony, and the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. And thou shalt set the table without the veil, and the candlestick over against the table, or opposite on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. And thou shalt put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging or a screen or curtain for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, and their hooks shall be of gold. And thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass or bronze for them. So you can see the details that are involved here in the building of the tabernacle. It's a good thing we have models or pictures of what that looks like, so we can better understand all of this stuff that they've done. Anyway, that's the end of the chapter, and we'll see you next time. Bye.